And we're live. Hi, everyone.
Hello, everybody.
I'm really pleased to have John from JO Ventures here with our usual guests, Naked Sean and Randy. So we're going to have a good chat this evening. Let me just get rid of this so we can see each other better. Just a quick hello to see who's in at the moment. So I think Hunting for Hookers Cornbread was here really early. I'm not sure if he's back yet. I think he was sort of like putting his deck chair out, ready for the show. Great to have Mrs. Naked Sean with us. So giving a wave. Great to have Tony Blade in Wales, and I think there might be a few more here, but just haven't popped up in the chat. So do say hello in the chat so that we know who's around. That would be great. Anyway, so it's great to have John here. Let's start off with a quick. Well, let's show some knives fairly quickly. So, shall we do a quick pocket check? Can we start with you, John, as you're our guest? Let me just get it into the right layout.
Yeah, first of all, Mark, just thank you so much for having me on the live. I've enjoyed your shows and your channel, so I appreciate it very much. And thanks a lot for the one knife challenge. That was a lot of fun. So appreciate that.
Yeah.
So today, knife-wise, I'm carrying. I did a video recently on my Remington knives, and I did a poll on my community page. And I asked them which one I should carry out of my meager collection of Remington knives, and they said the mini trapper. So that's what I'm carrying today, Remington USA mini trapper. And then the other knife I'm carrying is my Victorinox Super Tinker with the custom 3D printed scales made by Walter, and a custom 3D printed glow-in-the-dark clip for that. And of course, the Super Tinker has all the tools of the normal tinker, but you add the parcel hook and the scissors, of course. And this one has plus scales, so it also has an ink pen, which I've used, quite a bit. So that's what I'm carrying as far as knives. I don't know if you want to go any farther than that.
Anything else? Anything else on your EDC, or
Yeah, sure. Always carry a flashlight. And the one I've been going to recently is the Olight i3T2 EOS. Hard for me to say that, but it's a AAA.
Yeah.
And love this one. And then I always carry, of course, my wallet. And this was made by Last Chance Knives. This is my absolute favorite wallet of all time. I will probably never carry another wallet, type of wallet ever again, but this one, I love it. The cards are down in here. I won't show you my cards, but they go down in there. And so that's what I'm carrying there. And then I'm carrying a copper Zippo, solid copper Zippo with some nice patina on there. And I carry those items almost every day. I switch out the knife. So it just depends.
Yeah, that's cool. Thanks, John. Yeah, that's great. Sean, should we go with you next? What's in your pocket?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So, been at home really today, nursing a bad back. So, quiet day at home. I've been carrying a Victorinox Climber, which is seeing quite a bit of pocket time at the moment. And still carrying the old timer as well. It's the 61 OT.
That was your September challenge knife, wasn't it?
No, this was the one from the Sharp show the other week.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm just loving the California clip on this. It's so slicey. Had a few cardboard boxes to cut up the other day, and it just straight through them like a laser. Yeah, just love the old saw cut Delrin as well. It feels great, and I just love the kind of the wear and the pins on this.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's really it's a nice piece.
Oh, that's cool. Anything else?
The only other thing I've got in pocket is the old Olight. It's the Button 4.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
So yeah, that's about it really. Oh, and a Zippo. It's an older one.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, can't beat a Zippo.
I've misplaced
That's
my
awesome.
Zippo, so I've got 2 bids in on eBay, and hopefully I'll get one. I lost one auction on eBay this afternoon. It went a bit higher than I wanted to go, but I've got a couple more in. Well, that's cool. Thanks, Sean.
Yeah.
Randy.
Just very minimal stuff because I've just been around the house today. So I got the Huntsman with kind of like customized scales, that kind of textured.
Yeah.
Got the pocket clip.
Oh, I love that one with that pocket clip, Randy.
Yeah,
that's
really cool.
awesome.
And the texture just feels great on it. It's like sanded almost.
Oh yeah,
and
that's cool.
Starter. And then I need to cut boxes too today, so I pulled out my CRKT fossil. Super awesome action though. It just flies right out. I barely have to touch it. Just nice drop shutty, really awesome action. It's fantastic.
That's very cool. That's very cool.
But that's it. That's all I have today.
Oh, cool. Thanks, Randy. Yeah, I like CRKT. And
Great stuff.
talking of CRKT, I had a birthday this week, and my eldest son, it fits nicely in this Randy slip, by the way. So, but my eldest son bought me this CRKT, which I can never remember the name of it. It's the
Fernandi.
Yes, Fernandi, which I think means hunter, doesn't it? So
I'll take your word for it, Mark.
That's cool.
Well, I looked it up earlier, and I had to look up what the steel was, and I've forgotten. I think it's 8
CR13 MOV.
Yes. Ah.
Oh yeah.
Snap.
Crackle and
it's really
pop.
Nice. It's super light and super thin and slicey, and it came nice and sharp as well, which I like. So I've been carrying that today. I find it hard not to put the UK PK in my pocket, just because I just like the one hand opening.
Yeah.
And so that's nice. The trouble with this CRKT is it is just legal, UK legal. I think it's 7.5 centimeters cutting edge, but the blade length is just a little bit over 3 inches. But I think that should be okay.
Yeah, depends on who sees it.
Yeah, and then I'm back to my Midnight Manager. I was trying out the SD Classic A-locks on my keychain, but I just got fed up with it. Really, it wasn't easy to use from my keychain, so I'm back to the Midnight Manager in my 5th pocket or sort of tucked away, and I like this because it just has so much in it. I haven't tried the Mini Champ yet, which is sort of on my wish list to get.
I really like the Rambler.
I was just
really like.
That's good too. The Rambler, yeah.
Yeah, I have the Rambler, and I have a pouch that is a neck knife. It makes it a neck knife.
Oh, that's cool.
And you can put it around there. But this, the Rambler has the scissors and everything, but it also has that multi-tool.
Yeah.
And it's really great too.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but this is the pouch. It was a gift from BDH, and it just goes back in there, and so you can put this around your neck.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Wear it as a neck knife. Just put it in there.
And just tuck it in.
And I did carry it for quite a while. I carried it a little bit, but it's very convenient. But
Yeah, that's cool. And then the only other thing which I've had really is my keychain doesn't change a lot. I did have the i3 EOS on there, which I put away. So now I've got this iMini 2, which I really like because you just when you take it off, then the light goes on. Oops, sorry.
Yeah.
So I'm trying that. I've got another mini Olight to try out as well, which I put away somewhere. So I'm just doing a long-term test for that. I've got a video coming out on the Olights probably tomorrow. So I think that's. Oh yeah, it's not quite a carry, but my Heine Haynes Arthur Wright, which I struggle to open. I'm leaving it in the open position, hoping just to weaken the spring a little bit. So it was recommended by Slippy to do this. So it's been a week and it's got slightly better, but otherwise I was just going to break thumbnails trying to open it. But that's it. That's all the carry for me. Just to do a quick beverage check. So what are you drinking, John?
I'm drinking Coke Zero, one of my favorites, non-alcoholic, of course.
And that's
but,
fine. It's a lot earlier in the US as well.
Well, yeah, it's 4:30. I mean, it's not. It's late enough to drink. I'm not against drinking beer. I like beer, but I just drink Coke today. So
yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine.
I enjoy it.
And thanks, John. And Randy, what have you got today?
Well, I planned to drink this one for the show. It's an old Rasputin.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't wait. I had to drink it. So somebody picked this out for me, a Voodoo Ranger. And it's the 9% or 9.5% fruit beer. Yeah. Really good. Really good. They actually got me 2, but I'll pace myself.
Yeah, that's good. You've had Voodoo Rangers before, haven't you? That's
good. I think they're Arizona. But they make it. I mean, they don't make just these fruit ones. They make IPAs and porters and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm not the biggest fan of IPAs, but these are actually pretty good.
Yeah. That's cool. Thanks, Randy. Mm-hmm. And Sean, what have you got?
Right, so I've got a bottle of the old Looney Soup, the old cider.
Nice.
Ah, okay.
Ooh.
I almost for cider.
And this is proper cider, not sort of like US apple cider, which really disappointed me because it just seemed to be like apple juice, really, like spiced apple juice.
Well, yeah. We do have proper apple cider here too, though.
Yeah.
Crispin makes a really nice one. And we also like Reds, which is it's not really a apple cider, it's apple soda.
Okay.
Not good at all.
Yeah. Sweet. I quite like a Perry, like a pear cider.
Yeah.
They can be nice as well. Yeah. Thanks, Sean. And I've got this. People know I like beer, so I had about 3 lots of beer given to me. And this was part of a set of sort of like a birthday set. So I've got Old Farts, and it's a nice dark beer, which I like. So it's a nice ruby ale, and it's really drinkable, actually. So it's not too strong. It's about 4.5%. So anyway, cheers, everyone. Good to have everybody here. I was just looking in the chat. I was just looking in the chat, and I think Mrs. C is in. Good to have you here, Mrs. C. So she's drinking water, and James has got a black coffee. Griff has a cup of Earl Grey, so that's really good. Good to have you in the chat, Griff. Elan, good to have Elan here as well, and Jason's on a Miller Lite. Just checking.
Mikey Newman.
Mikey. And yeah, we had James Alton, and Griff. So, okay, that's cool. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. If Sean, if you can keep a check and just pop them up on the screen. So it's good to have John here. So we have a few sort of standard questions that help us to get to know a bit more about you. So can you remember your first knife that you owned?
You know, Mark, first of all, thank you so much for having me on, and appreciate it very much, and appreciate all you hosting this every week. Yeah, I was trying to remember my first knife, and I don't remember my very first one, but I have one that is a very early knife that was recovered a couple of years ago, and Randy knows about this one. And he did something very special that I always remember. But this is an Imperial Jackmaster, and this was recovered. My mom passed away a couple years ago, well, 3 years ago, and in the mini barn at our house, in an old toolbox, which I use now to keep my fixed blades in, I found this knife, and I remembered it because it had this scale missing, and so this is an Imperial jackknife from the Jackmaster series. And then Randy sent me a knife that was very similar to that. Let's see if I can get the right one. That's not it. It's this one. So, and this is also a Jackmaster, but it has, and it has the same scales, just a little bit larger model. And he had glow in the dark paint on here. Remember that, Randy?
Yeah.
But it came off when I washed it. I cleaned it, and it all came off. So I'm sorry. I thought about sending it back to you, have you repaint it for me. but anyway, it's just a great little piece, and this one's very special to me. And man, is it sharp! So that's as close as I can come to my very first knife. But I'm sure there were others.
Oh, that's fine. I'm always in awe and envious of people that still have their first knife.
I know.
I had so many and lost them before. And
so anyway.
And then what are your favorite knives to collect and carry?
Geez. I'm very eclectic, so I collect lots of them, but lots of different brands. But I particularly have collected Victorinox and Wenger over the years, but and I have not a huge collection, maybe 30 or so Victorinox knives, all different models. But then I've recently been getting into case knives, and I've expanded that collection. And my most recent interest is Remington USA.
Those are nice.
Knives, and I got 4 right now, but not a big collection. So, but I pick up anything vintage USA, slip joint. That's what I go and hunt for. So I have several Colonial and Imperial, and so I just pick up anything like that. And trade, I have several USA trade knives that are pretty cool. So
yeah. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So have your sort of so your knife collecting has sort of developed over the years from
it? Yes, it really has. It has really honed in on the vintage USA slip joints. I rarely buy a modern. I'm not completely not buying any Victorinox, but I'm not really focusing on that at the moment. So that's kind of where I'm at. I love it when I have to clean them up a little bit.
Yeah.
And they got a little rust on them. I got them for a good price, and I've gotten some really sweet deals recently on some great USA vintage and non-vintage slip joints. So that's kind of where I'm at the moment. I like that kind of old school, something like a Case Sodbuster Jr. This is the mahogany jig bone and carbon steel if it's got carbon steel, that's even better. Try to get this in the light here where you can see it, but
Yeah.
you know, something like that is something I really love. So
Sweet.
Yeah. Sorry, Sean. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I was just saying, sweet. I really like those the bone covers on the Sodbuster Juniors. I really need to pick some up. The only side I've got is it's a CV, but it's in the yellow Delrin.
Oh, yeah. Randy really likes those, I heard. He
Yeah,
loves yellow
that's why I
Delrin.
got it.
And we have yeah, those are great. I have that model because of Randy. You want to tell the story, Randy?
No, go for it.
So I had the black with the synthetic and the stainless steel, and it has the plow on it too, doesn't it, Randy? It still has the plow on it. And and Randy had this one, which has the carbon steel, which I prefer, and I prefer the yellow. And so one day I just texted Randy and said, "Hey, I know you don't like yellow. Do you want to trade?" And so we traded Sodbuster Juniors. He has my black one, I have his yellow one, and I think we're both happy. I know I am.
It took me all but 5 seconds to think about it.
Yeah. But that's a great model, Sean. That's just awesome.
Yeah, and I've also got just to please Randy even more. Full size trapper in yellow Delrin, also in CV.
Yeah,
it's my pleasure.
I have several. Yeah, I have several of the yellow with CV or carbon. I have 4 in that series. Just traded Cornbread for yellow trapper because I gave my yellow trapper away and I missed it. So I just got the yellow full-size trapper back from Cornbread. Thank you very much. I traded him a Saudi, and oh, there it is. There it is, Randy. Awesome.
Oh, that's nice. I like.
Yeah.
I'm not always a big fan of etching, but when it's done simply and it's
that's awesome.
Yeah. Same here. Great knife.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So John, how long have you had your channel now?
Oh my gosh. I'm trying to think when I started it. I believe I started it about 2 years ago, maybe 2.5.
Yeah, that's what
go back and look at my video. Is that right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have to go back and look at my channel, but
yeah, that's
yeah.
And which channels did you watch before you started your channel?
I watched, and I still watch them. I watched Cutlery Lover. Has anybody ever heard of Cutlery Lover?
Yeah.
And Jeff is his name. He does more than knives. He does all kinds of things, but I just love his channel, and I watched him. I've watched Taylor Martin's channel, Best Damn EDC. He's changed the name, over the years, but I've watched him for a long time. And there's another channel that I watch still. It's called, it's different. It's not really a knife channel. It's called The Outdoor Gear Review. And Luke is his name. And he does gear reviews, but he does outdoor adventures, camping adventures and things. And he tests gear. And it's just so entertaining to me. And so, yeah, so those are the main channels I watched beforehand, and then got introduced to, once I started the channel, then I started getting to know Tobias Gibson and Tom at Knife Delights were really the first that reached out to me. And Tobias was the first one to share one of my videos, which just floored me because I thought he was like a YouTube star. He still is to me, but I was like starstruck that he would share one of my videos.
Yeah.
I think I might have had 70 subscribers at the time. I just started, which is fine. You got to start somewhere. But so, I was like, I couldn't believe I had 70 people that wanted to watch my channel on a regular basis. But at the time,
crazy, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it really is.
And Tom from Knife Delights is a lovely guy. I think he invited me on when I just had
Yeah.
a few. He sort of does these recordings and just has
Yeah.
a chat. And
he was a big supporter and first one that I talked to on the phone from YouTube, and just visited with. And then Big J has been a huge supporter of my channel, and we've really struck up a friendship and have met in person several times. So Big
Cool.
J is another one that I really appreciate, and good friend. So all of you, Randy too, but there's lots of them out there. But.
Yeah, it's a really nice, welcoming community, and it used to be my Sunday evening watching Slippy and Thrifty's show, and then RJ's, and then Big J's as well.
Yeah,
especially in the winter evenings, when it's too dark to do other stuff. So what made you start your channel and pick this niche?
Well, I was showing my knives to family members, and I was watching a lot of YouTube, and my daughter actually said, "Hey, Dad, you ought to do a YouTube channel and show your knives," and I was like, "Well, there's lots of people that do that. I don't think they need one more person, doing that." And so I wasn't really, didn't think I needed to be doing that, but at the time, but then I decided, well, I'll just give it a try. And I did. And, people commented on it and started watching then I did another one. The first one was horrible. But,
is it still
I just like, you kind of learn as you go. And I'm sure they weren't really that bad, but, I just wanted to share my knife collection with people. And then I started doing leather work more seriously. And then that became also a topic on the channel. But this is probably more of a long-winded answer than you wanted. You just shut me off if you want to.
No,
like the name J.O. Ventures Outdoors, I don't go outdoors, but I intended to. And so that's why it's named that. I did do a couple of hiking things, but people weren't watching it, honestly. And it's easier for me time-wise and schedule-wise to do the knives. And I caught more of the knife community on my channel. And I've thought about changing the name, actually. And I got some advice from a very trusted friend. And he said, it doesn't matter what you name it. I think people will watch it, but people know, they know your name now. So why change it now? Nobody really cares. There's lots of channels that don't have a name that relate to the channel necessarily perfectly. Yep.
I mean, my videos are way different than what they used to be, but the channel's still the same name.
Yeah.
And it might change again. Who knows?
Yeah. I was the same. I tried to keep mine fairly broad with everyday carry EDC, but I've got a lot of knife videos up. I'm not sure they do so well. The sharpening ones always seem to do better. I don't know why, because I'm not great at sharpening, but it's just fun to do different things, I think. So I'm always trying to introduce some new stuff.
Yeah.
But I've found it really hard to do any outdoor filming, and I've sort of missed the summer now, so I could maybe do some in the winter here. Great to have Andrew from Baxter's Blades in the chat. So
hey, Andrew,
it's always nice to have people popping in. I was just seeing, just sort of good to have Stacy here as well, and good to have Nigel Loftus. So he lives fairly close to me. So just checking. So Cheeto's here as well. Stephen Clayton Jr. So great to have you here. And Sean from Watch City Knives as well. So I think they're most of the people.
Everybody hit the like button.
Please do. That does help us a lot.
Type of that.
So, and just one of the other things I just while I remember, because I am rubbish at remembering stuff. If you've noticed, I've got some unusual facial hair. So I'm doing Movember, and I sort of lead a team where I work. We have 11 of us growing odd facial hair, and mine's starting to show a bit, although it does look very white. But I put a link at the very top of the chat, and I'll pin it when this goes up on YouTube. But if you can maybe think to donate, it doesn't need to be a lot. Just the price of a cup of coffee would be fantastic. One of the good things is that my company is doing cash match. So whatever we raise as a team, they're going to match it. Currently, we've just gone over £1,000, which is great. So, you know, a bit over $1,000. We're also doing Move as well. So we had a target to move. So that's walk or running 60 kilometers in the month. It's 60 kilometers because 60 men commit suicide globally every hour. So, and the big thing about the Movember charity is that it looks at testicular cancer, at prostate cancer, and mental health as well. And too many men die young, partly because they don't talk about it when they're ill, or they don't talk about it if they're not feeling so great or depressed. So it's to raise awareness for that, as well as to raise some money. And one of the benefits is that, you know, it's a charity that I may benefit from as well, being a man. And drink some chocolate milk from a bucket. Right. Thanks for that, Chirk. Do you mean to get it in my moustache? Okay, so it shows up, right?
Yeah.
Chirk is from the Netherlands and has an interesting sense of humor, which I'm not always tuned into. But thanks, Chirk. It'll be chocolate. Is it milk? Chocolate milk. Chocomilk. Chocomilk. I think that's a Dutch chocolate milk as well. Yeah, I don't think anybody wants to see that though. So anyway, yeah, so it's a really important charity. I do this every couple of years and sort of have a year off. I've actually just hit my 60 kilometers dog walking today. Not all in one go, otherwise the dog will be worn out. But I've been working hard on that, so I'm going to try and go for 100 kilometers dog walking this month. So yeah, so please, if you've just got a couple of dollars or a couple of pounds, whatever you put in will be doubled by my company. So that would be great. So anyway, sorry, advert over. But just in case anybody wondered, I don't normally have a moustache and goatee, but and in fact, normally by the end of the month, I'm pretty fed up with it. So anyway, I have noticed though that a lot of the knife community do have beards. But which is fine too. It's just mine. I just look like Father Christmas, really. Well, a bald Father Christmas. I don't know. Does Father Christmas have hair? I guess
he has the hat
because he has a hat, doesn't he?
So you can pull it off.
Oh yeah, maybe we'll see. I did have one for COVID, but yeah, it's anyway. Where did we get to? So we're talking about your channel. And so how was your channel developed then? So you said you were thinking of doing some outdoor stuff, and then you moved more towards knives and the leather work. Have you got some examples of your leather work, John?
Yes, I have some. Well, simple examples would be like a slip like this. I do a lot of these slips. Get this over here where you can see it. This is one that was actually made, Randy knows this, from a piece of leather that I wouldn't really sell or give to someone else. You know, it had some, blemishes on it, but, I just did a little bit of saw cut on the front, and this holds my Sodbuster Junior. But I've made slips for lots of people. I do trades and have sold quite a few to the knife community. And I also have some sheaths. Let's see if I can find one here real quick. Brought the whole box out here. And show you a couple things. Oh, I see one right here. Hold on a second.
I kind of like blemishes sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, me
This
too.
is-
I think because it's a natural. It's a
Yeah,
natural
this is
product, isn't it?
This one isn't a perfect one either, but it's a side draw sheath for a large toothpick. And I made a bunch of these for Terrell Snyder, one of the supporters of the community, and to give some other YouTubers. So I made some, like that. See here if I can find something else that's interesting. I should have had some of these out here, but oh, here's one that's cool. This was also something inspired by Terrell Snyder, but you can see the stitching's a little crooked there. Randy knows, that sometimes that happens, but that's kind of an early one. But this is a belt sheath for a copper lock, or a slimline trapper would also fit in here. Something slim like that. And it works just wonderfully. But this is made out of 8-ounce veg tan that's been dyed. And and then recently, this is like a sneak peek. A local leather worker who lives just down the road from me, I met him at the flea market here locally. He asked to do a collaboration project, and the video will come out tomorrow on this. But we did a sheath together, and this is the sheath. He did the tooling. I did not do the tooling. He did the pattern and cut it out, and I did the dyeing. I did the dye job and the stitching, and trimmed the welt and did all the edges on this one. And so this is the latest project, and the video will be coming out tomorrow. It's a special project for the community. So and with him, so it was just awesome. I learned a little bit about dyeing this intricate details right in here.
Yeah, it's very autumnal, with the acorns and
Yeah.
oak leaves.
It's a big old knife.
It's a
This is
hefty-
not my style of knife, but it's a very cool knife, and it's more of a chef's knife. It'd be great in the kitchen, I think.
Yeah,
So
it wouldn't be good to get that out in the UK. Somebody would call 999. You'd probably end up being tasered, I think.
yeah.
So,
Here's another little belt sheath. This holds a 75 Stockman or a large trapper.
yeah.
And I put
Nice.
rivets in it. It's got rivets there to hold it in there just a little better. But
Oh, that's
so
cool.
those are some examples.
Oh, that's great. And
Yeah.
So I think Stephen appreciated that as well. Randy, have you got any of your slips on hand?
No belt slips, but I got a bunch of JO slips. So my very first slip was a Shire Supply slip from Joy Sawyer. But my second sheath was the custom one. And it's just, you get the blue and the green. Yeah, it's just a beautiful slip.
Yeah.
I remember making that.
I'm afraid to use it.
I really like
Randy.
the two colors on that. I think
You got to use that.
But I got it for a knife. I got it for that knife. So really
perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it fits perfect in there. Nice and tight. This is a perfect match.
Yeah, it's back when I was doing a lot of 2-piece slips.
Yeah.
And I haven't done too many of those anymore. But
I think they look great. I really like the two-tone.
So I have a happy accident slip from JO. So I wanted a slip for this one. It's my GC.
Yeah.
And he made me one. It's just a tad too tight.
Yeah, it didn't fit.
But I had the this GC cotton sampler that I was using in this slip. And the Hawkbill fits perfect in there. It looks better. And then the cotton sampler fits perfect in here.
Yeah.
So it was a happy accident, but
I love the Pip Boy leather as well. That's cool.
He matched the micarta, the jigged micarta.
Oh, cool.
Another slip he gave me actually along with when he gave me this one, he sent me this for a toothpick. Really nice. And then I do have. Never mind, I lied. This is the last one I'll show for now. I got this horseshoe knife. I got my beads on there. Really awesome. I need a special sheath for it, so I sent him some nails to do as stamping.
Yeah.
Horseshoe nails. And it just came out perfect. He did a really great job on that. Awesome job on everything. If I can keep it in frame. And they got the horseshoe in the back. So really awesome. He does awesome work.
Yeah.
Thank you, Randy. So do you.
Thank you.
Your slips are really among the ones that I typically go to.
Thank you.
And I had one out here that this is the one we did a maker's swap, and he did it to mimic the burlap pattern, and this is just awesome. This holds my Buck USA 301 Stockman that I got in a trade for some leather work from Zen Ali. So just an awesome knife, and it fits down in there perfect. But I use this slip for lots of knives, and you sent me another one too, and I just was using it. Oh, this one right here. It's got the green thread on it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I love this one too. It fits a lot of knives just perfectly, and the cutout here works great.
Does it get easier to pull?
Yeah, in fact, it works great with the Remington Mini Trapper.
Nice.
Because of the lanyard.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, love it.
Some of my older slips don't blow me up. It just really scrap leather. I thought about like recutting them because I didn't do a good job on it, like compared to what I can do now. I thought about just cutting off the edges and just making a smaller slip. I don't know.
I think it's good to keep though, Randy. It's good. It's good as a marker of your progression of how you've.
Oh, for sure. And I have a bunch that that are like that, but I mean, I don't use it really for much.
Yeah. Just a reminder that it's.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry. I was just saying it's Elan's birthday coming up very soon, so.
Happy birthday, Elan.
Yeah, it'd be before our next one. Sorry, John, you were just showing us.
Yeah, this is one of my early ones, Randy. That it's just all kind of cattywampus. Kind of cattywampus. Supposed to be an EDC caddy of some sort.
First one.
Yeah.
But I mean, like this is my newest one I made now, with the Kraken on it.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, I have one of those. Right.
And I got my Carter pattern on there, and then I got there.
Oh, that's beautiful, Randy. Your work has just improved so much. I mean, and that's what happens with all leather workers. It improves with practice, and you're doing just a fantastic job.
And my edges are getting better too. I try to be more artistic though. But I'm really liking doing stamping.
Oh yeah, you're stamping beautiful. I haven't done any of that. I haven't really done any of that quite yet, but it looks interesting.
I go to the thrift shops and I find lots of stamps.
Yeah.
It's left to use.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you.
So yeah. There's a lot of birthday. Oh, for me too. Sorry, that's and for Elan. But I mean, mine's gone now, and the day after mine, it's my birthday. It's my daughter's birthday. So my birthday's sort of not the important one, and I've had a lot of them, so they're not as important so much now.
My birthday falls in between. So my nephew, he was born 10 days after me.
Yeah.
His wife's pregnant, and they're gonna have their baby around the 8th or 9th. So I'm right smack dab in the middle. So my birthday's just.
Yeah. Well,
A lot of good ones.
we have a king. We have a king now, and I share the same day, not the same year, but the 14th of November is King Charles' birthday, the same as so. I think we should have a day off for his birthday. That would be great. You know, it's a nice time before Christmas. You know, it's a long time since our last bank holiday. I seriously think we should campaign for that. I'd love to have a day off. I'm really rubbish at booking time off.
I mean, Sean or Mark, as long as you don't have the same type of fingers as the king.
Oh, he does have big fat sausage fingers. Yeah, I think that's a sign of some sort of illness. I think, but
yeah, he doesn't want to go to the doctor. He says he wants to use potions and stuff.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, there are a few Welsh people in the chat who probably don't see him as their king, although he was the Prince of Wales, but and enforced, forced on them Prince of Wales. Anywho, yeah, I don't want to say anything bad against the king in case the SAS come through the door or something. But
I got a drinking problem.
Yeah. Try not to miss your mouth, Randy. That's a good thing. Yeah. So as your channel develops, where do you see it going in the future, John? What sort of things do you think you'll be doing later on?
I think I'll be doing a lot of the same. Vintage knives, probably more vintage knives. I might do some. I've had some requests for, how do I sharpen a knife? I'd like to do something on, how do I clean a knife? That I've had those requests. I'll probably do some videos on that. This particular leather worker wants to do, some more collaborations. So we may do more. In the video coming out tomorrow has us working together on the sheath and doing some aspects of that. So not a whole lot in this first one, but it does have some. And then so it might do some of that. I've done some leather making videos, how you make a sheath, how do you make I don't know if I've done one on how to make a slip, but I might do something like that. I actually would like to try to get outdoors a little bit and try to incorporate the knives in outdoors in some way. So I've been thinking about that a lot. So that might be a possibility, but I don't have any huge plans of changing anything, but we'll be focusing a lot on that. The one thing that it's kind of developed as I've got into this a little more is the concept of I'm not sure I don't know the algorithms or whatever in YouTube. I don't know anything about any of that stuff. I don't really worry about it. But I kind of wonder, my own philosophy, the way I've been thinking is that less is more in some ways. Doesn't mean I'm going to stop doing videos, but if I want to take a couple weeks off, I'm going to take a couple weeks off and, spend it with my family. I'm going to really try to budget my time that way. I've done about 2 videos a week here recently, and it seems to be a really good rhythm for me. I was doing more than that, and I hate doing shorts. I don't do shorts very often.
I don't get.
I just don't like them. I don't know. They say they're good. I don't. That doesn't matter to me. I try to do quality over quantity. Put out something that's interesting. Hopefully, I'm doing that. It's me showing what I've found, at a flea market or what. Man, if you put flea market or antique store in your video, it seems like that's what catches people's attention. And it's just a great interest right now. The knife hunting, refurbishing, that kind of thing is very popular here, but in the community. But not that I'm going down that road or anything, but that's kind of what I've been thinking is let's make good ones. Let's make good ones and keep within our own personal boundaries of how much time we can spend on this.
Yeah.
You know, I have other interests, you know, and so it's hard to do it all, you know, and so that's kind of where I'm thinking on my YouTube channel.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
There's a lot going in the chat. Thanks for popping it up, Sean. Because
Yeah.
my problem is I'm not very good at watching the chat because I'm always interested in what people are saying here. So and it's much harder to do that with the chat. But
yeah, it looks like some agreement here with me on some things, but that's fine. You know, everybody has their own. The other thing is, just because I say that is just my own thought and opinion, it doesn't mean that's, you know, people need to do their channel the way they want to do it. And some people have the time and the desire to do more videos, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And I watch as many as I can, but on those channels, but I don't have that kind of time to do it. So that's why I don't. But
yeah, I think some of the channels that I watch, and one of my favorites is Felix Imler, the Victorinox guy, and he does a great mixture of projects. It must take him a long time to research for those.
For sure, yeah.
And he does some amazing stuff. Like he's got such a great back catalogue. There's one where he makes a smock using the awl and the needle on a Swiss Army knife, which you hardly see anybody do stuff with. But I just think that's amazing. I'd love to do more stuff like that, but it's time. Time is the problem, I think. We haven't shown a knife in a while, and I realize
we need to show a knife.
There's quite a few things. So, is there another knife that maybe you've that we picked up recently that we think is worth showing? Should we start with you, John, if you've got one, and then we'll do the rounds.
Okay, so this is one I picked up. It's a case, USA, chestnut bone, swayback jack, in CV steel, and I'm kind of trying to remember. I think this is a 2009, maybe. I think. So I picked this up at a gun and knife show in Bloomington, Illinois, with Big J and James Stork, and so this was just a great find.
Is that a Tony Bowes as well?
What's that?
Is that a Tony Bowes case?
It's a Tony Bowes design, yes. And so, yeah, it's got the secondary blade here. This is the 2-blade version. Apparently, there's also a single blade, which is more rare and harder to find. But picked this up, and for a smoking hot deal. I think if you have Big J around you, I think it just kind of rubs off that you get good deals. So I recommend it.
An eye for a deal, I think, hasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah. And so, yeah, that's one I picked up that I'm just really, really loving. So, yeah. And somebody wanted to show and the slip I keep it in is my absolute favorite slip of my own personal slips, and the ones I made. And this doesn't have my maker's mark on it or anything. And I don't know what happened, but I guess I must have just been really on that day. But this is just perfect slip for a small knife, and I love it. So I keep it in there. It's a little big but it protects it completely. You know, it goes deep in the slip, but I don't care. It works great. So that's one I got recently that I really like.
Yeah, I have a swayback jack.
But you have that.
But I don't carry it much because I'm bothered about damaging it. So
yeah, me too. I haven't carried it very much. I really wanted to, but you know, but I've carried it some, but I'm kind of trying to hold it back a little bit, protect it.
Cool. But that's great. Thanks, John. Sean, what have you got?
Well, it's not a recent pickup, but as we have John on, and I know he's liking his Remingtons, although it's not a bullet knife. I don't know whether it's going to pick it up on here.
Yeah, I can't hardly see it, but oh,
You
I
can
see it. I
just
see the
about
circle.
see yeah, just about see the circle. It's quite worn,
Yeah,
but it's
awesome.
It's really nice.
quite an old one.
Yeah.
But
Oh, that's
it's
cool.
in good shape, and it's a little razor.
I
Oh
love the
my.
blade shape on that.
Yeah, yeah, it's
That's awesome.
nice. Yeah, it's I've had it a while. I've had it quite a long time. One I picked up at an antique shop a while back. I don't carry it very often, really. Just because of the age of it, really. I think it's around the house, around the home, you know. And another one, again, it's not new to me. It's certainly not new. It's an old electrician's knife, a Camillus.
Ooh. Yeah, I picked up a saber recently that I really like. Yeah, that's cool.
And I mean, I'm not sure of the age of it, but it's not. It's got a bit. It's got a few years behind it. Put it that way.
Yeah. I need to find an electrician's knife for my son. I think I showed it. I think I showed it last week, but this
Oh, yeah,
this
you
was
did.
what he did to the Knipex one. You can guess how he broke. There's a weak spot because of the hole in the blade, but of course he was prying something. So and he actually broke it while he was doing some electrical work for me. So I didn't feel bad about it, but I need to find him an electrician's knife. I did reluctantly offer him my Victorinox one, but he said it was too small, which was good. And to be honest, he uses a Milwaukee Fastback most of the time, which
An
is
old
probably
Oh yeah.
better. So, anywho, that's great. Thanks, Sean. Thanks for that. And Randy, what have you got?
I also this one isn't mine, but it's my most recent knife.
Oh,
Really,
I haven't watched the video yet, Randy, but that's awesome.
the 112 and S30V,
Oh wow!
and it's just not really nice in the hand. Really nice 112. I'll show you there. But this is Elan's, and it's on right now for 50% off on Midway USA. I'll put a link down below in a minute. But my recent purchase or recent knife was a gift from Mikey Newman.
Whoa.
The Beaver Creek Barlow, I believe.
Oh yeah, Rosecraft is awesome.
Rosecraft, yeah.
I just broke it. Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with it. The bone just looks a little odd right around here. It's just not the best dye job, but I don't.
It's one of their seconds, yeah. I've heard that. I've heard they're really good.
Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, they're the ones that are made by the blind children in China, not the ones that can see. So it's a bad joke about where they're made.
That's all I have right now. That's all the new stuff I got.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I just have one thing, but it's not a knife. And it was one of my birthday presents from my wife, and it's a Kaweco Sport fountain pen. And I'm really getting back into writing with a fountain pen, and I've been trying to write a journal and do morning pages, and it's just so much nicer writing with this. It takes cartridges, but it's such a very compact fountain pen that it's hard to. Let me find something to.
Oh, that's very cool.
That's the classic SD next to it, so it's really
Really
smaller.
Yeah.
But I'm really liking that. And then another thing which isn't quite everyday carry, but to trim my Movember mustache, another birthday present was one of these Phillips One Blades, which are really great for trimming.
I use every day, except today.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking about ditching my normal razor and just using this because it works really well. Anyway, maybe if I do a video about it, maybe they'll send me some swag. I don't know. I'm still trying to get more free stuff. Do you get much free stuff, John, from any companies yet? Or
No, I don't. I get lots of gifts, and do lots of trades with other YouTube channels and subscribers. I've got a subscriber, Walter, that I've mentioned several times. He sent me all kinds of wonderful gifts, mostly Victorinox knives. And it's just amazing that people would do that. Of course, I usually try to, send something back,
Yeah.
as a thank you. Of course, Randy and many others have sent me gifts and that kind of thing, but nothing from companies. I'm not really that interested in doing that.
Yeah.
So I would probably turn it down anyway. I've been approached, before, but I didn't really take them up on their offers. So
Yeah.
that's not really what my channel is about. So it's more just a hobby. So I don't really want to get into all that, but it's good if you can. And other channels have had really good relationships with some companies. So maybe I'll do it in the future. I don't know, but I haven't been approached.
I've had a couple of things, but they haven't done that well. The videos, like the solo stove there, and which was nice, but I feel I don't do them justice for getting something free. But I'm happy to try stuff, but if I don't like it, then I'll say I don't like it. And
the only one and I had to reach out to them was that one again.
That is like one of the best freebies, I think. Randy, that's
wow.
I got that from Red Hill.
What is that? A Red Hill?
Yeah, it's Bear and Son, but I got it from Red Hill. Yeah, they sent it to me for free.
Oh, that's cool.
Them.
So really, I quite like to review stuff because it does get quite expensive buying stuff to review, or just to show cool stuff. I think we were chatting to Jake, Uncommon EDC in the Discord, and he says, I think he's moved away from doing like full reviews, just to show cool stuff, which is a bit what Best Damn EDC does, really. I think, except he tends to show quite expensive stuff now. That's the only thing I found with that. Tony, I think you need to have a channel mate first before. So we've been trying to encourage, bully, cajole, twist his arm a bit. So for Tony, because Tony's got some really nice knives which we've seen at a meetup. So we've been trying to get Tony to have a channel, as well as Elan and Sean. And I've lost the comment now, but somebody was commenting on how good your background is, Sean. Let me just pull it up.
Awesome.
That is the background of somebody with a channel, isn't it?
Yeah, that's very cool.
Let me get out the way. You can have a better look.
You'll have to get some mood lights.
Oh, like mine that I stole from my daughter. Yeah, or borrowed. Yeah.
Yeah, like all the YouTubers that go live, they do like blue and pink, purple or something.
Oh, I can change my colors on mine actually.
Do it. You got
I have mine purple or
official YouTuber
or blue. Well, it's funny actually. At what point? And it's great though. It's great though, Sean. I love that. I love that background. But at what point are we allowed to call ourselves YouTubers? Have you referred to yourself as a YouTuber yet, John?
Yeah, I have. Actually, I think anybody that has a channel is a YouTuber. I think you can call yourself a YouTuber. At least that's my definition of it, and I certainly have. And some of my friends, joke with me about it and say, how's it going? How's the channel going? And they ask about it, and some watch it, and on a regular basis. But yeah, I think we can.
I had somebody come up to me in our recent Sharp show, which was a couple of weekends ago, and somebody said hi, Mark, and it was somebody I didn't know through Discord group, but it was somebody who watches my channel, and that was really nice to talk to somebody who actually watches my stuff. I'm still amazed that anybody watches me bumbling about making videos or talking about stuff or dropping stuff.
YouTuber officially is when somebody posts a comment saying how you just sit on your butt and get all these free knives all day long, or you like that guy that said that like you have unlimited knife funds. Like that was like that means I made it.
I think what he didn't understand, Randy, is that you have unlimited friends.
Yeah.
And that's much more important than unlimited funds.
A fantastic group of friends, all of you guys are, and everyone in the chat.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and I think that's the best bit. Actually, the best bit is things like this, seeing people and interacting.
100%.
For us in the UK,
Absolutely.
it was meeting up at Sharp Show, which is our one knife show a year. Although Slip Joint Sawyer is hoping to change that, and with Mikey, and maybe a few more of us can get involved, and maybe we'll have two knife shows a year, because we're not such a big place, but it would be great to have some more opportunities to buy knives, because one of the things which I'm sorry if I keep banging on about this, but it's not so easy to buy and sell knives in the UK because they've because there's knife crime, and I mean knife crime is not as bad as people think it is. I don't think it's a few crazy youths going around robbing people, and they just happen to carry knives. So they're not the sort of knives that we collect, but it's made knife ownership more difficult for certain knives. Some knives are completely banned that you can't even own, such as zombie knives. But it just means that, for instance, on eBay, there are no knives for sale at all on the UK eBay, which is crazy. I don't understand that, because on Etsy and Facebook you can buy some, but it's just a bit more difficult. It's harder to find knife shops, and you won't find knives in our charity shops or thrift shops. You might in antiques shops and things like that, antiques fairs. So, but it would be great to have more places to be able to, for people to be able to sell their knives and to buy them and to come in contact with them. So, hopefully,
I think it was yesterday, some guy showed up at Tony Blair's house with a samurai sword.
At whose house, Randy?
Tony Blair.
Okay.
I think Tony Blair, was it?
It wasn't Singing Toad, was it? Because he's just got a guitar.
I think it was, or maybe what was the guy with the messy hair?
With the what?
The prime minister that you guys had with the messy hair.
Boris Johnson.
Boris Johnson.
I think it was his house. His house or Tony Blair.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember what.
Yeah, I think Tony said, you're considered a freak. And even when I only had about 20 knives, which is probably less than Mikey carries in one go, but my family said that I was a knife collector then. I think I was in denial about it, but it's a bit harder seeing as I bought 10 at the Sharp Show.
Yeah.
Right. It's that time of the show where I think we need to go into Keep, Carry, Scrap. So let me just pull up the all right, this isn't right. Yeah, I just hide the comments. It's just I've noticed you're at the bottom, John. So if we have any comments, they're going to cut you off. And what's that for, Randy?
I'm just playing with Sean.
Okay. Well, you're tickling Sean from below. That didn't sound right. Anyway, right. So keep, carry, scrap. So very simple rules. I'll show you 3 knives, and one is for you to keep, but not carry, so it goes into your collection, not and sort of looked after. The other one is one for you to carry every day to use in your everyday life, and the other one is to scrap, or normally it's to send to Randy. I think that's So I went Victorinox, and I thought hopefully I picked some that are hopefully you haven't got any of these three. So the first one is a genuine vintage Vengerinox Swiss Army soldier knife from 1957, and that has the old style can opener on that, as well as the all. Then the second one is last year's winter knife from Victorinox, which is going for it's quite expensive now, but I think it was one of their better ones. And then the third one is a special Farmer X. Now the Farmer X is one of my favorite my favorite Alox knives, because it just has so much on it. But this one's a bit more special in that this one has the damask blade on that as well. Okay, John. So what's your thinking? Which one for keep, carry, and scrap?
Wow, you picked a hard one here, because I'm not really that familiar with. I had a Farmer X at one time. I traded it. I have a Cadet. That's a fantastic EDC knife. The Vinger, I'm not familiar with this one, but that looks like something that would be very vintage and rare. And so I don't know. I think I'd probably keep the Vinger. I'd probably I don't know, that the Farmer X has the scissors on it, so that'd be very helpful. I would probably carry the Farmer X and scrap the Alox Cadet.
Interesting. I do like.
I probably got that all upside down as far as the cost, but who knows?
It doesn't matter, does it?
And I like it that you're a scissor guy as well, because that's why I carry the Midnight Manager every day, because it has some little scissors that I use at least once a day. Okay, so that's keep the vintage one, carry the Farmer X, and scrap the Winter Magic. Okay, that's and Sean, as you're on top, what would you go for?
Well, I would definitely keep the vintage, and that would be going in a collection. I would really love to get hold of one of those. The Farmer X is a good knife. I'm not a fan on the damask sort of blades steels, so I'd let Randy have that one, I think, and then I would carry the Cadet.
Okay, that's cool. I like that. And Randy?
So I got two answers, or I guess I got to change my answer halfway through. I'd keep the Winger. I'd want to carry the Cadet, but I know Covered in Bees is looking for one, so I'd probably just get that one to her and then carry.
She's got one now. She bought one. She bought one at Sharp Show.
Well, if she's not got one, I would give her the Cadet and carry the Farmer X. I really like both, really nice, but I think the Farmer X would be easier or better to carry.
Yeah.
Winter Magic looks awesome though.
Yeah. Mine. That's a great choice, Randy. Mine would be to I'd keep the Winter Magic, and I think I'd carry the vintage one, because I think it would be nice just to use that. I think it would be a shame to not use it. And then, because I've already got a Farmer X, and that's the only reason really. And I'm not a big fan of coloured Alox knives as well, to use, because they sort of wear. So I would give that one away, probably to Randy. Just looking at some of these ones, and sorry, John, if we're going to cover up your face because you just happen to be on
that's
the
all right.
bottom. I'm just checking. So Nigel was carry the Farmer X, scrap the Winter Magic. Jason, keep the Winter Magic, carry the Farmer, scrap the Wenger. Right, you're a Philistine, Jason, but never mind. You're entitled to your choice. Chirk, keep the Wenger, carry the Winter Magic, and give the Farmer to Slippy. Okay. That's cool. Elan, scrap the Damascus. Yeah, I think it's got to be a very special knife for it to warrant a Damascus blade. I have seen some nice ones, but it's not one of my favorite things. Stacy, yeah, keep the vintage, carry the Winter Magic. Carry the Farmer X, scrap the Winter Magic. Jedi Jim. No, that's cheating. That's cheating, Jedi Jim. You can't do that. So you can send it to somebody. You can trade it or something.
Good one,
else.
Jim.
Sorry, this was the thing about machetes. But yeah, if people are seen carrying a machete, then they're normally somebody would be after them. But yeah, Tony already has the Winter Magic, of course. Chuck. All right, yeah. Sorry, the Farmer X is a 2024. This is the 2023. I think the 2024 Winter Magic one is it's like a clear looking Celador type one. Sean agrees with Stacy. I think that's most of them. Yeah, thanks, Nigel. Thanks for coming in. That's great. So just have a look at the prices. Now, this is what they're up for on eBay.
Holy mackerel.
What?
Carrying the most expensive one.
Why not?
Why not? Well, they're all too expensive for me, but whatever.
So cheap. Yeah, and this is one of the things, John, because currently I think £60 is the most I've paid for a knife so far.
That's insane.
And so I couldn't justify spending this amount on. But anyway, so it's just a bit of fun. I wish I had them for real to give to people. I'm not great at doing giveaways. I still haven't done a giveaway on my channel for getting certain levels of subscribers.
And you need stickers.
And I need to get stickers as well. That's true. Anyway, that was just a bit of fun.
That's good.
And so just what we're talking about, what's the most you've spent on a knife so far, John?
Most I've spent is, let me get the knife. I have to get the knife too.
Yeah.
Well, it's not in that one. It's in this one. The most I've spent is $170 some dollars. And this is the knife, Benchmade Bug Out, Ranger Green Edition. So yeah, this is the most I've spent.
Any regrets with your purchase?
No regrets at all. This is a fantastic knife. It is, I think that is a little pricey. Some people say it's a little much for a knife. It probably is, but the Benchmades are just so smooth. I mean, the construction on this is just amazing, and so I can understand why people like that. And so that's a modern, and then I also have the Benchmade mini grip, which I just got from Singing Toad in a trade for leather work. And but I tried to load him up real good for this. Yeah. But these are my favorite moderns. I also like Spyderco, but this is the most expensive. That's the most I've spent on a knife.
Oh, cool.
That's awesome.
And Sean, are you allowed to say how much you spent as Lynn was in the chat? I'm not sure if she's still there, but how much would you admit to spending?
£20.
Yeah.
No. Most expensive. 120-ish, I guess. Probably a little bit more than that, but not a massive amount. I mean, to be honest, I've been in a kind of hit a bit of a hiatus really with what I want to buy and what I want to collect. And I'm kind of aiming a bit more towards the sort of custom mades from Ashley Harrison, Michael May, which means I'll be buying less knives, but more sort of specific to my personal taste, I guess. So that's the plan today. Ask me tomorrow, it might be different, but yeah.
And I know that quite a few people trade knives to get to those sort of more sort of expensive knives to do that.
So. Yeah, I mean, I recently bought, I know I've shown this before. This was an Ashley Harrison from bought from
awesome.
eBay.
Yeah.
With the custom match. Don't forget.
Oh yes, the slip is still there. Very nicely matched, Randy.
So John, I tried
Great.
Look the line in the wood.
Yeah, the light's not doing it justice, Randy, really, but there you go. It's probably...
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh wow, yeah.
Good job, Randy.
Thank you.
Yeah, awesome.
So, yeah. And
beautiful file work.
Look at that
nice work that spring.
What kind is that, Sean, again?
It's a custom by so Arthur Wright's in Sheffield. Ashley Harrison is the son of got a mental block.
Michael.
Michael, thank you. Yeah, he makes these customs, and he has the different stamp, which is still Arthur Wright's, but it's exclusively on his customs.
Right.
Very cool. Very cool.
So yeah, very nice. And I was very fortunate to be able to get this from Elan.
Yes, was this part of Elan's sort of because Elan only has so many knives, and he was on the show before, and then to get new knives he trades or sells knives that he has. So I was just and Randy, how much have you spent on a knife?
So I have knives that are worth more than this, but the most I spent on a knife twice was about just a little over $90. That was on that Case mini trapper, the blue one, and same with my skull trapper.
Oh yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
For the longest time though, this is my most expensive knife. I thought this was a fancy one. Pay like $40 for it. So, but it's still
That's
Oh,
really more my speed.
It's a fantastic knife though.
Yeah.
Use it.
That's cool. I think Stacey's owned up to paying $200 for a $325 knife. So that's always good to get a bargain. And I think that's one of the good things as well, because there are a lot of secondhand knives that have hardly been used. So you can do well. And
my PM3 was used. It was barely there. I didn't see anything wrong with it. It was beautiful. It was a gift though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 2 Spydercos and I won both of them on channel giveaways. So
that's cool winnings. I
thought so too.
Ironically, I haven't in a long time. I used to win something like once a week.
Yeah, I haven't won
there might
anything in a
be
long time, but I
giveaways
haven't
now,
entered
are there,
yet.
I think.
But
And
I don't mind though. I mean, it's nice to pass it on. I try and play for other people. Actually, El Cap Addict won me a little wasp moose knife, so that was really cool.
yeah,
Cornbread just turned up. So
Finally,
What?
we need to get you on the show as well, Cornbread. So it would be great to have you on here. I'll have to contact you, and I think I've tried contacting you actually. I'll have to see if you're on Insta or. Great to have you here in the chat. So I think we're getting close to winding down now. We've been going for an hour and a half. The time goes incredibly quickly. Any last things to show that you haven't shown already that you'd really like to show the people in the chat, people that are watching? Should we start with you, John? If you're as you're our guest.
yeah. I'm like looking here to see what I want to show, but one that I've really just been enjoying and I've actually been carrying it a little bit is this John Primble
oh,
Belknap hardware jackknife, and I don't know what the year is on this particular one, but I got this at the flea market for like $10 or whatever,
Wow.
Oh, wow.
which is a steal, and so I've cleaned it up. It needed a lot of work, and I cleaned it up real nice. But I've really been enjoying this one a lot, and I've been carrying that. And then one that I just recently got, and I think I've shown this before, is the Case 47 amber jig bone stainless steel, and I got this for $40, which is I think a really good deal. And the 47 Stockman is just an excellent size to carry, and the amber jig bone is great. The only thing that would be better about this one is if it were in carbon steel, but I didn't let that stop me. I went in and got it. But so yeah, a couple that I really enjoy and had gotten recently. So
Well, that's cool. Thanks, John.
yeah, there are many others, but
And Sean, what have you got?
So this is an old F. Newton, Sheffield.
oh wow!
oh wow, that's great.
So it's, what is it? It's about 3 1/4 inch blade, full length, but it's got a bit of a problem.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Ouch! And it's got what have I got here that I can use that won't do any? Bear with me. So it's got the old style can opener, but the pin for the can opener has gone.
Okay, yeah.
And you see it's got the notch cut out for the pin
Yeah.
there. So I'm thinking of getting this sorted out, repaired, and the handle replaced, or
I wouldn't.
I think second.
I don't like. I wouldn't replace the covers. I would.
Yeah, well, the trouble is, it's because of where the break is. It's right where that joint is. So
yeah,
I don't know quite. I did wonder about whether it could be filled with some kind of epoxy or something, but I don't know whether it'll hold up to it with it where it is. And
well, maybe give it a try first, and then last resort replace the covers.
Yeah, but other than that, it's in pretty good shape, really.
Yeah.
You get bog oak actually. You can buy bog oak pretty cheaply.
Oh yeah,
That'd be really cool.
Have you got the missing piece?
I haven't.
Griff is
No,
asking that. No,
Yeah.
no. It was
that's pretty cool though.
yes, it's a nice
I
old.
think you need
nice
the knife doctor, don't you?
Yeah.
What about Dan? Dan Bladebridge. Maybe.
Dan or Stephen Cocker, apparently. One of the guys on Discord, Drew White, he was saying that he's done stuff for him previously.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So, yeah, might be an option.
Yeah, cool. That's good. Yeah, thanks, Sean. Randy, what have you got?
Well, I'm sending a Coca-Cola knife because he used to work at Pepsi.
Yeah. Well, just to be clear, Pepsi got rid of me, so I was laid off. So I'm fine with Coca-Cola.
I'm sending you one like kind of like this, but this is an end of the day knife because he just mixed up everything.
Ah, okay.
Coca-Cola and the brass liners. I'm only showing this one because I'm getting rid of it. I'm going to send this to Elon.
Right.
So, watch, and this is yours. Really, they did a really beautiful job though. They have like iridescent stuff. Almost looks like pearl.
Yeah.
I love that red. That right here. I love that red.
So what? Who made that then, Randy?
It's I don't know who made it. It's just made in Solingen, Germany.
Ah, okay.
They were made in about the 60s.
Yeah.
So you're getting one too. It's a bit more. It's not so colorful. I'll put it that way. But really cool knife. So Elon, I hope you like this one.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's cool. And there's a request for Sean to show Mr. Esso Man. Yeah, have you got? Yeah, that's cool. Thanks, Randy. Sean, have you got Mr. Esso Man at hand? Can you remember the song that went with that?
I can't.
It was something like boom 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 I can't sing, but Esso Blue. That was for paraffin when we used to have paraffin heaters and things like that. When I was growing up, we didn't have central heating as many people didn't back in the 60s. And on a Sunday, I used to have a bath, and I always remember the smell because my mum used to put a paraffin heater on to warm up the bathroom, but then she would put it off because she didn't trust me to not burn myself on it. So and then it gives off that smell. So it would be warm, but it would have that paraffin smell. But anyway, that was Esso Blue. Right. What have I got? I've just got a knife that I've been carrying a bit, and this was given to me by Retro Stew from the Discord group. We don't see him around so much. Sometimes he pops in the chat. I'd love to see him on the show sometime, but just to give a shout out to Retro Stew. This is a nice real steel Barlow, if I can.
With the changeable scales.
Yeah.
That's a nice one.
But it's a super sharp slicer. I think I'd like to get some nicer scales for it. And but it's a really nice one to carry, and I'd like to maybe replace the wire clip as well, so different scales. And it's a sort of a cheap Barlow because it doesn't have proper bolsters. They're all the same, but it's a really nice shaped blade. It's super slicey, super sharp. But
yeah, I like the shape.
I like the shape of the blade. Sorry, John.
Oh, I like the shape of the blade. I'd say.
Yeah, it's got a nice swedge on the top. But Stu won it in a giveaway from Slippy and Thrifty's show, but he already had one, so he sent it to me, and then I sent it round as a traveling knife, and then Gus, Gadget Gus, sent it back to me.
Wow, I do have a knife I wanted to ask you all about. our friends in England, over in the UK. But I picked this up at a antique store. IXL office knife.
Oh, yeah.
George
Weston.
Weston Home. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Paddy's got one a bit
knows-
like that.
Yeah. It had the piece broken off on the back, and I glued it back on. But I don't know if anyone knows anything about this, but I thought it was pretty cool, and I picked it up
Is there something
Pretty-
on the?
inexpensively.
Is there any print on it or anything?
It says the IXL office knife.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, Patty has one just like that. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, does he? Okay. And it has
Yeah, I think
George
he's done a
Weston
video on
Home.
it, hasn't he? I think
Yeah.
I've seen a video. of
Yeah.
it.
You can see that IXL George Weston Home, England.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Paddy, he's got several of them. And I think Joe from Mesa HQ gifted Paddy a few.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But is that bone, or is that ivory, or I don't know. I'll have to watch his videos and see if I can learn more about it.
I would think it's possibly a synthetic material of some kind.
Okay.
I know this is an old Wolston home,
Very nice.
Oh, okay.
and it's got this is synthetic. It's the white. I mean, it's. I'm trying to think what they called it. It's something. It's not ivory, but it's a play on the word ivory, and I can't bloody remember what it is. But it's, but they're cracking knives. Those office knives.
Ivorine? Elon says Ivorine.
Yeah. That's right.
Okay. Okay.
I'll post a link to Patty's video in the chat.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Randy.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I think Griff is a similar age to me because he can remember the Boom 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 SO Blue. Not to be confused with Boom Boom Basil Brush, which was another UK.
As a
And,
happy song for you.
Yeah. And I think this is a reference to the Four Yorkshiremen sketch from
This song?
Oh, that's an older one, I think.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
goodness. Yeah. So anyway. So right, I think it's time to say goodbye. We've been going for an hour and 40 minutes. It's starting to get a bit late here as well. It's 10 past 11 at night. But big thank you to John for coming on the show and
Thank you, John.
hearing a bit more about your collection and your YouTube journey, which is always the interesting part of this.
Very awesome.
As always, it's great to have Sean and Randy here as my, just as my sort of regular guests, really. Because they have a lot more knives than I do, so it's always great. But it's great to have friends helping out. If anybody's watching that has a channel and they'd like to come on the show, please let me know. I'm always looking to book new people. I'm not sure who we've got next week. It might be Baxter's Blades. I need to check. I'm away at the weekend, but I should be back in time for the show. So it should be fine. Anyway, thanks for everybody who watches the live, even if it's popping in or if you stay the whole time.
Yeah, thank you all.
And I'll see you in the Discord chat, or I'll see you here same time next week. Thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of the day and a great week ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Thanks.
Goodbye.
Bye.